Hello guys, it is Coldfire HD and I'm bringing you my first MC PvP Hunger Games video. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and this is a Hermit gameplay. So, in this game, as I just told you, I'm going Hermit and I got a wood sword and some soups right at the beginning and nobody else was near me, or so I thought. So I'm just getting a little bit more wood here so I can have some more bowls, and then I decide to track. So my first victim is Robot Boy 09 and I run over to find him. So it turns out I did have people near me, huh? So he's just getting some mushrooms here. I don't know if even he has a weapon. So he runs up to this tree and decides to crouch, and I just two-shot him there. So he was a pretty easy kill. Must have been low on health. So I just look, he had some mushrooms, and I track the next person, CatDaddy555. Sorry if I have a little bit of a weird voice. I have some stuff in my throat, and it's getting to me, so yeah. Here's CatDaddy, and I start to hit him, and then this other guy comes up and tries to hit me, so I decide to kill him first. So I get that kill pretty easily, sort out my inventory, re-soup, and go for CatDaddy. Turns out CatDaddy had gotten a little bit far away, so I just start to chase him, and I know this is going to be an annoying chase. So I'm tracking him again, update my compass, still have him on my compass, and we enter the snow biome, and I'm just hoping he's not a Frosty, and he's not, because I don't see his speed particles, so he starts to run again. So right here, I decide to cut to where I catch up to him, so I'll be back with that. Alright, I'm back, and I think I found him, but it turns out I tracked him to his previous location and forgot to update my compass, which is kind of a newbie fail, but that's alright. So, I'm tracking him, and I'm tracking him some more, and I decided not to stop this recording because I don't want to have too many weird cuts in the middle. And by the way, guys, I do win this game. It is a voiceover, so I can go ahead and tell you that. I do know that. It's a good game. It was a pretty easy game to win, actually. There weren't too many good PvPers, even though I thought there would be. There is one good fight in the end. But, as you can see, CatDaddy types in chat, and I find him on this mountain, and then he stops at the top. And I go up there to hit him, and I hit him once. And I'm sorry, I just got a Skype call. That was a fail. But I'm chasing him, and he keeps going, and he keeps going. And runners are quite annoying. And I don't like chasing people, but you know, it's part of the game. I guess you don't want to get killed. I would probably do the same if I was in a situation. So I get a couple hits on him here. As you can see, I cut a little farther ahead. I get a few hits on him, and I see a guy down there with a sword. Well, I see a sword. That guy falls, and I start to fight this guy, Ryan. He was pretty easy too. I only used 3 soups on him. He had a stone sword and so much wood. He was stacked. So I sort through the junk, get up the stone swords, get rid of some junk that he had, and I'm still getting rid of the junk. He had a lot of wood, but I decided not to take too much of it because I already had plenty. I get this coal here because I think I might want to smelt iron in the future. I stop to re-soup here and pick up this map at the same time because maps can be important in the new update, as you can find the feast and mini feast and all that jazz. So just taking the final junk, I actually get rid of that coal that I had gotten earlier, so it was kind of stupid to get the coal in the first place. I just re-soup up here and ready to track the next person. I update my compass and it is Flame Sword 47. This is actually a pretty trivial kill in this game, as you will see in a moment. So I get my full hunger here, drink my final soup, and I'm ready to go. So I run into this forest, and he's in a forest which is much nicer than the snow biome. I'm starting to get tired of it. It's pretty cold, and I don't have a jacket. So I'm going for them. I jump over this hill, and I'm actually tracking Hee, and I see him on the other side of that ravine, so I decide to go for him. But then I see this name right down here below me in the ravine, so I'm like, okay, he probably has some iron, so let's go get him. So he's right here, and I dig down, and I know he's on like a platform in the ravine, probably cooking. I see a furnace, I jump down and one-shot him. So he's a pretty easy kill there. And I just get his iron. He had 7 iron ore and an iron sword. So I decided to cook the iron in his furnace that was conveniently right there. Pick up the coal. And I know there's that guy Hee around me, so I'm afraid that he might come down. So I'm just crouching and looking around while my iron is smelting. So now that I'm down here, I might as well get full iron. So I'm going to cut to when I have full iron. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I have full iron and there are 6 other players in the game. And I'm feeling pretty confident because once I get full iron, I'm pretty confident about my PvP skills. So I think I can do pretty well in the game. So I just fill my soup here, and I'm tracking Miller Matt. So there's only 2 other donators in the game, 1 pro and 1 VIP, so I'm feeling pretty confident. I know that they'll be my best fights. Well, at least I think so, but in the end it doesn't turn out to be. As you can see, they have brought back hostile mobs to the surface. This guy asked me for food, and I say I do. And he's like, alright, come to my cords in just a minute. And I'm just like, no, because you're going to stop me. Anyways, so they have brought back hostile mobs, which is nice because you can get a lot more experience going into the feast to enchant your goodies. So he says, team, come to these cords. And I'm like, nah. Because I know that he's a stomper, and I'm afraid that he might betray me because he's in a tower. And he's getting desperate. And I tell him when I just told you that he's going to stomp me, and I don't want to risk it because I'm having a good game so far. So I am running for Miller Matt, and I'm just starting to think that he might be in a tower and how annoying that would be. But in just a minute I see this mountain, and he is up there in full iron. So he is not moving, so I'm pretty sure that he's AFK here. But it turns out that he's not, and right before I hit him he stops, or starts moving again, and now he starts to run again. People that run are pretty annoying, if you ask me. So I'm running, I run down this hill like a boss without taking any fall damage. As you'll see here, he takes a little bit at the end, but I do not, because I'm just too good for fall damage. So he stops to turn around to see me, and the force field is nearby, 20 blocks, and he just runs into it and dies. So I'm just like LOL in chat, because that was actually pretty funny. He would rather get killed by a force field than a player. I guess he has some insecurity issues. So I decide to make soup, and I actually fail. Watch this. Oh, I'm so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I track the next person, and his name is Mario D. King, and this guy was actually a good fight. This was probably the best PvPer in the game that I go up against. So I'm running to try to find him. Oh, and real quick, guys, if you hear a lot of popping or like breathing in my sound, that's because I have a bad mic, and I'm hopefully getting Turtle Beaches soon, so please bear with that for at least 1 more video, probably, maybe 2, as I try to get this new headset, and hopefully that doesn't deter you from watching. So I see his name down in this cave, so I go for him. I see his torches, it's obvious. I think he's on this level, so I'm about to go kill him, and then I realize he's up above. So I pull out my pick. I dig to him, he's pretty close. I see here that he only has a chest plate, and he starts to run off. So I'm like, okay, I'll just dig up to him and get him because I have full iron. So I start to dig up, and I try to jump, and I fail, and he hits me, and I fall down. So I'm like, alright, dang it, I'm going to have to dig up, and then he jumps down. So as you can see, he only has a chest plate and a sword. I have full iron and an iron sword, and he is a good fighter. I only have 1 soup left when I get this kill, so that was actually a good game. There are 4 other players left in the game, so I'm feeling pretty confident about possibly being able to finish this game before the feast pops up, which would be pretty nice. So I, for some weird reason, type an O in chat. I really don't know. And I decided to go back and get my wood blocks because I need to tower out of this hole. As you can see, Crafter is killed by Cheesehead, 3241, who is the pro in this game. And he's killed with an arrow, which is kind of interesting. So I'm towering out of this hole, and I'm ready to go for the next person. So I just get my soups, and I get ready to go. And it turns out I'm actually going to the feast here. I'm not actually going for a player, because it gets announced. And what I always do when I'm going to feast is get rid of my compass, because I don't need to track people. I just need to focus on getting to the feast. So the cords are 20, -23,